Hey everyone, welcome back to Crypto Cash. Thank you so much again for joining me here. Hope you're having a fantastic day. We're in a pretty good place right now. Take a look at this. We are in this new territory. So as far as breaking through its key level resistance regarding the descending trend line, well, it hasn't actually officially gotten through this 1140 mark, which is the tentative resistance from locals highs. We are in a pretty good situation where we didn't break down. We effectively held this, $10 range. And we're more likely to go up than down at this point because we're essentially establishing higher highs and higher lows, or correction, higher lows on larger time frames, but higher highs also on smaller time frames. So those are really, really good things we typically try to look for when taking long positions. Some confirming factors that, pending other things are still present, it might be worth considering a long versus a short. So we're going to look at liquidation levels, a few other things first. Quick thank you to my community for some awesome feedback. Appreciate that. Glad our Bitcoin, WIF, and Pepe longs all worked out from yesterday and the day before. Good little 36, 37% average roughly for all three of those trades. We have one more trade open as well with BNB, and that is in profit, close to our profit target, but it's being a bit of a bug for the moment. We're not here to talk about that. We're here to talk about ICP. And what I want to talk about first is liquidation levels. This is a big, big consideration for the price going higher based on $11.45 to $13 being a heavy concentration of local liquidation. Okay, so in the last 7 days, people have been shorting the heck out of this coin. And for some reason, they still haven't learned. They're super close to their stop losses and haven't closed their trades yet. So this is what greed does for you, folks. Some people kind of get stuck in, just being stuck in bear town or bull town, right? Being a good trader is being adaptable and to learn how to shift with the momentum when it shifts, because you want to be able to catch the trends when they occur and to not trade when you have these strange reversal patterns. And again, this is a pretty obvious indication that the price is going to go higher. Again, could be wrong, obviously. If Bitcoin pulls back, different story. I think a lot of folks are expecting 100,000 to hold as a resistance for Bitcoin. I think it will, but also responding so well to Bitcoin's increase and also Bitcoin bottoming out even before it started to top out, or to bottom out rather. We saw a lot of alts going sideways while Bitcoin went down, and Bitcoin dominance is pulling back. There's a lot of reasons why I think alts are in pretty good shape right now leading into the holiday. We got liquidation delta, more longs and shorts in the market. We look at open interest here. Let's go ahead and see if we can pull this out. We can see a lot of folks are heavy at 1060. So that reinforces that support at 1060 for us, okay? That's a good sign, basically implying a lot of folks bought this local dip here where the price pulled back to that range. We'll zoom in and look at that. Let's look at the daily time frame first and work our way down. We look at moving averages. We're tentatively breaking above 50, but it doesn't mean that we're in good shape here, or sorry, great shape rather. Until we get over that 20 SMA, me personally, I'm not super convinced that ICP has broken bullish. But again, macro perspectives take a while to form. And at this point, we're still under 50 on the RSI. Some potential resistance for us, but we got a nice little bounce off this 20 MFI range, just basically implying that a lot of money is flowing back into this coin at that 10 to 1050 mark, which makes perfect sense. I had my spot bag at $10 even though we could have probably found like $8 or $9. I didn't get my limit orders in on time, but got in at 10, feel good about that. And stochastic swinging up here, we can recognize more potential for further upside here is greater, because again, we got through this little threshold of that descending trend line. We look at the 4-hour time frame again, you can see we're over the 50-day SMA. We can also recognize this local high could potentially be a new low, that 1080. But more important, we look at the moving averages and RSIs. We're above 50 in the RSI, stochastic swinging up. Money flow index is higher than the RSI, which implies the price of this coin isn't overbought, but there's more money flowing in to support the pullback if there were to be one. Okay, that's really good. Some MACDs converging too. There's like 8 out of 10 reasons so far to be more leaning towards the long versus taking a short. Okay, now I never recommend taking a short with coins like this that have broken bullish, especially when you have this nice little ascending type of trend here, a little basically a bull pennant type of breakout, or an ascending triangle. However you look at it, it's a very positive sign. Hindsight's 20/20, but the key takeaway here is if the price does pull back, that'll be a likely pivot point there off the 1085 mark. So hypothetically, if I were to get into this trade, I'd take a long with entries at the current price point, maybe 1080 and possibly a tertiary target in the 1050 range, because those are two key level supports. Okay, more specifically 1060 based on that point of control, basically that open interest area. We take a look here at the hourly, and just to confirm here, green lights on every single front, letting us know we have true confirmation pretty much on every time frame. Again, I'm paraphrasing there. The daily time frame is not bullish yet, but we have a strong 1 hour, a pretty strong 4-hour time frame that should carry over and continue, pending we don't see a massive retracement from Bitcoin. I'm expecting a cup and handle to play out here for Bitcoin. While it's very premature, the likelihood of the price action retesting its local point of control at 97.3K is higher. If that were to occur, then a lot of vaults, depending on how they respond, should pull back just a little bit and leg up again. Okay, so again, that's pretty much what the premise of why I feel confident with our long positions with Dogwifat, Pepe, BNB, Bitcoin. Majority of them, they're all in profit, but we've secured profits on majority of those too. So the consideration here right now is to basically look for a long in the 1085 to 1085 to 1060 range. It's that little support range. I'll highlight that on our Twitter, Telegram, and Discord. I'll post a playout chart here shortly. If you're not familiar, it looks a little something like this, where I kind of give you insight on coins I plan to take trades with. And then, of course, too, don't forget this, folks. Link down below for Bitunix. This exchange is phenomenal. It's really simple to understand. They are no KYC or VPN. They offer significant benefits every month for those who use my link to register. So check them out. I think you're going to love them. But at this point, between now and whenever it is you decide to trade with them, I would just recommend being careful not to just long the top here, because you got to recognize, folks, we are seeing a resistance here at about 11.25. So the likelihood of the price pulling back is greater. But again, if it doesn't pull back, getting some skin in the game wouldn't be the worst thing ever. So just some things to consider. Either way, I like where ICP is at right now, and I think we're more likely to go up than down, but we may see a bit of a retracement first before the next leg up. And if so, I welcome it. All right. Okay, thanks again so much for your time. We'll see you all in the next one. Have a great rest of your day, and a Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays to you as well. Thanks again. Bye-bye.